Capricorn Sun, Sagittarius Rising. It is time for your year ahead reading. Let's start off with a little bit of astrology first. Now, with that Sagittarius Rising, Sagittarius is a mutable fire sign. And it rules naturally the ninth house if we're in starting the year with Aries. It rules the ninth house, which is all about education, philosophy, long distance travel. They're the deep thinkers. They have an almost endless curiosity, always willing to try something. So this is going to be the first impression that people may get about you is that Sagittarian energy. Somebody who maybe sometimes your opinion seems to, go with the wind, but it's as you learn more information that your opinion or your ideas about something may change. You're not necessarily fixed into something. You recognize that, you know what, the world is pretty fluid. Every situation is pretty fluid. Why not just go with the flow and act on the information you have at the time, which could change how you act later when you have more information? Can be frustrating to some people, but I love that about Sagittarius energy. Now, with that Sagittarius rising, that means your sun is most likely in the second house. And this is the house of budgeting, finances, assessing all of that, how you manage your money, kind of. Well, essentially, no, that's it. With your Capricorn sun there, Capricorn is a cardinal sign and an earth sign. So you may tend to think of things very practically because your Saturn is what rules your Capricorn. So you may want a very thorough budget. Maybe you're even interested in careers or have thought about a career in accounting or something to do with finances. But you may be drawn to how finances work, setting up a very strong plan, maybe even long-term goals and things like that around your finances. And you may not be into purchasing something just because you like it. You may want it to serve a practical purpose. To have something, it needs to have a way to use it that makes sense in your day-to-day life. So you may be very practical in your purchases once you decide to make them. And you may also do a lot of research on the big ticket items, trying to figure out which the best options are, which one makes the most sense for where you are in your life right now, that type of thing. Okay, let's get into your cards now. I'm going to lay out the cards and I just label them months 1 through 12. That isn't really an issue for you because your first month is January, so it's going to make sense as I'm going through. And we won't really lose track of which month is which. So, let's go. Month 1, card 1. Card 2, card 3, card 4, card 5, and card 6. So months 1 through 6 for you. And then we have month 7, month 8, and month 9, month 10, month 11, and month 12. So the second half of the year. And then a card from the bottom of the deck to see what additional influence there may be around you or what energy you'll have, or maybe the primary focus for the year ahead. Now, one of the first things I do when I lay out a big spread like this is look for how many major arcana cards you might have to see how big of a year this might be as far as transformation for you. So when I'm looking through these, I see we have 1, 2, just 2 of them. So this year there's not significant changes in who you are as a person. You'll still kind of recognize yourself at the end of the year versus the front of the year. But there are a couple of months where your opinion on something, your belief about something may evolve or change. There's going to be a lesson to be learned in those months that will impact how you think about something going forward or how you handle something going forward even. The next thing I look for are court cards. Court cards can indicate other people. So is your year going to be heavily impacted by other people and their influence over you? Or is it going to be more focused on yourself and the actions and things that you take? I mean, it is still really about the actions and things you take, but in this case, it would be maybe in response or influenced by these people that you encounter. So we have 1, 2. Very good. This is a year focused on you. I love that. So we just have 2 court cards where these may be months and they're both kings. So I would say these are probably maybe advisors or something like that that you're working with on something, likely in those months. Other than those two things, you have quite a few nines, 3 9s out of 4. So some things that are starting to wrap up and starting to get to the end of a cycle in a few different areas for you. So let's get into the individual months or into the individual cards and see what they have to say, starting with the one on the back of the deck. The 7 of Wands. Wands are a fire element. Sagittarius is a fire element. The 7 of Wands is kind of a stand your ground energy. This is indicating a lot of people may be trying to get you to do their work or to do something on their behalf or use your energy and resources to take care of their needs, which leaves you little time or resources or energy to take care of your own needs. You need to focus on yourself this year. You need to focus on your needs and the things that you want to accomplish this year and not what everybody else has going on. You're going to have to turn some things down. You're going to have to say no, probably several times, maybe even 7 times exactly, but you need to say no because your focus needs to be on what it is you need to do, the things that you want to do, the things that are going to enrich your life. And it only has to make sense to you. It doesn't have to make sense to everybody else. If it's a problem they're trying to get you to solve, don't do that. Because I think I heard something today along the lines of don't take on anybody else's karma. By helping them or taking it on for them, they don't have to deal with it. And their purpose here, one of the lessons in their life, is to deal with that karma. They have to figure it out on their own sometimes. And that is okay. You can be there to help them deal with the fallout if you wish to, but they need to be the one who handles their problem. And that's being really emphasized here. So maybe you guys have been taking on and trying to solution on your own using your own resources for someone else, and you need to stop that. You need to let them fail. It is okay. It is okay. It will help them grow. And by you resisting that urge to just leap in and save the day, that will help you grow too, because you're focused on the things that are going to save your day and make your life better. And that's where your focus should be. Okay, so we'll set this card aside for now. I'll probably pop it in if it comes up in reference to any other months as we move forward. We're starting off here month 1 for you, that is January again, with the King of Wands, a court card, masculine energy, fire energy, bold personality, somebody who can be very blunt. They're not concerned about offending anybody, but they want to say their piece, or may want to. They will certainly choose to act on what it is that they desire. They will go after the dream. They're not afraid to fail. Failing is part of their process, and they know that about themselves. If it doesn't work this time, maybe it'll work in the future. Maybe it was just not meant to be, but I have to give it a try. If I don't try, then I've definitely failed. They want to put the effort in. They want to go for it. So it's that kind of energy that this person has. I don't know if you are working with them or meeting with them on how to set up goals for yourself for the year ahead, on some maybe long-term goal that you want to accomplish, but you need to figure out how to get started on this. That may be what this is, or maybe you just happen to be attending a lecture or a seminar or something, and this person and their experience and what they share with everybody here really influences you to go for it and pursue your dream. Going back into that, but you have to be willing to do it. Put your energy into it, not give your energy to everybody else. They will focus on their energy, right? This is the most evolved of the wand cards. They know how to take care of themselves and to go after what it is they want. And that's what your lesson, one of your lessons here is, per this card, is for this year. So this may be the one that the influence that really gets you into that space and helps you understand why that would benefit you and why you need to start integrating that part of yourself into your daily life. Because that's how you're going to achieve your goals in this year ahead. Then in month 2, we have our first 9, the 9 of Cups. Cups are about our emotions, our intuition. Nines, again, you're at the end of the cycle, you're almost there. The 8 of Cups in particular is being willing to walk away from the drama, being willing to walk away from the people who are gaslighting you, being able to emotionally walk away, I should say, to emotionally disconnect from that behavior, from the toxicity, being able and being ready to walk away and say, you can't draw me in anymore. I'm not going to be a part of this anymore. Again, I think that leads in to this 7 of Wands, saying no. No, I will not participate. No, I will not be involved in that. No, you cannot emotionally manipulate me into doing that. Not anymore. That era is over. Actually, that's the 8 of Cups. And the 9 comes after that. It's interesting. It had me bring that up, though. So this may have been something you've recently done. Maybe that's part of your January, or maybe it's something that happened in November or December of last year. But this is where you're nearing, you're feeling really good about it. You're feeling very proud of the progress you've made because it's a 9. Yes. So maybe at first it was a little unnerving and a little bit scary to do because you had not done that before. But you're at this point here in month 2, feeling good about it. You're in a good place when it comes to your emotions. You're very proud of the progress you've made in breaking old habits, breaking maybe even something that's been a generational thing for you. You're stepping away from that. You are stepping into your own power, and you have a much clearer understanding of your emotions and recognizing when it's something that you're feeling and not something that somebody else is trying to make you feel or trying to put an emotion on you, an emotional label on you that is not yours. It doesn't fit you. And you're at this point where you can say, no, that's not mine. That's yours. You can go take a look in the mirror. I'm moving on with my life. And that's something that you're very proud of, finally being able to reach that point and feeling very successful when it comes to standing up for yourself on an emotional level. That's what this is. Okay. Month 3, we have Judgment. This is the Major Arcana card. And it makes sense now with this card here, with the 9. The Judgment is sort of a graduation card. It is leveling up. It is evolution. You have passed the tests. You have gone through the trials. You've succeeded, and now you have arrived here, ready to move on to the next level. So if this is month 3, coming after this 9 of Cups moment, and before that, an 8 of Cups moment, this has to do, I don't know if you are, I want to say severing contact with some people. I don't know if it'll be obvious to them that you're severing that contact or that connection. But for you, they're not holding you back anymore. You're not letting them hold you back anymore. You're moving forward in your life. Everybody else is stuck back there. Stuck back in their drama, stuck back there unable to let things go, stuck back there holding on to grudges. You've shed that so that you can move forward in your life and have new encounters, much more supportive encounters. Meet people who are on the same level you're at instead of having people drag you back down to their level. So this is a month where you're recognizing that about yourself. You're really sitting in it. If this were a 10, especially after this card, this is definitely a conclusion. It is the end of that cycle, and now you're ready to take your new power, if you will, and move on to something new. To open up to new people as a much more mature, emotionally intelligent, let's go with that way, emotionally intelligent person. Understanding that your emotions and how you feel, the way you intuit things is real. And knowing that you can leverage that in your encounters and meetings with other people moving forward. And you will be able to recognize how you actually feel about something, and you can act on those feelings, not what somebody else is telling you to feel. So I just think this is the month there's that recognition that you don't have to stick with these people. You don't have to keep going over to their place every Sunday because that's what you always did and that's what's always been expected. You know what? Yeah, you don't expect that anymore. You're going to change your expectations into something that's much more healthy and suitable for you. That kind of vibe is what I'm getting here for you for month 3, for March. And then in month 4, we have the Ace of Coins. Excuse me, the Ace of Coins. Coins, earth element, Capricorn's an earth element. So it's going to be about career or home or finances or practical things, everyday life kind of in a way. Aces are new beginnings, which is very appropriate after the Judgment card. You've leveled up. Now you have new things in mind, new things you want to explore. There will be 1 or 2 particular ideas that occur to you here in month 4, that you want to learn more about them, that you're going to explore and see if these make sense for fitting into your life. Maybe you'll even start coming up with a preliminary budget idea, what you're willing to spend on these things in order to incorporate them into your life, make them part of your day-to-day habits. Maybe it has to do with a new savings or investment in some way. Or maybe you're thinking about switching up your career in some small way, so you want to explore that option a little bit. Maybe you're even thinking of moving to a totally different neighborhood or maybe a different city or maybe even a different state or country. And you want to check it out. You're curious about it. You want to dig into the details. There's a sense of excitement and a kind of a, ooh, if I could make this happen, then the potential out of that, of making that happen, just poofs out even more. And that's what gets you excited. Now that you don't have this emotional weight holding you back, you're feeling that sense of freedom. And like, this is my life. I get to choose who I want to include and what I want to do with what it is that I'm bringing in, with my resources, with my energy. So there's a sense of freedom here, or playing with that freedom too, now that you have it here in month 4. And it's interesting that it then goes right to the 9 of Coins, because remember, 9s, you're nearing the end of a cycle, the end of a phase or something like that. Maybe you're achieving a savings goal in this month, or maybe this is the month you get a promotion or recognizing your success. You personally are recognizing the success you're having. And it's very freeing and fulfilling. And this is a month where you want to spend time sitting with that success, sitting with your accomplishments, feeling that pride and appreciating the life that you're building for yourself, and anticipating the future and what you can build from this point forward. I mean, if you've come this far up to this point, imagine how far you can go forward as you're moving forward, especially now. Again, apparently this is a really big thing for you, is cutting off that unsupportive energy. Let's put it that way. But 9 of Coins is saying, show off a little bit. Take yourself out to eat at that fancy restaurant, even if it's just by yourself. Do it. Treat yourself with your success. This is on you. And you should be proud of what you've accomplished. So enjoy yourself, at least a little bit this month. And then in month 6, we have the 2 of Cups. The 2 of Cups is about commitment, connections. This is a month you could be meeting somebody new. That could be a business partner, like a brand new BFF. It feels like you've known each other forever and things are just vibing right. Could be a romantic partner also, where you guys just click and the vibe is there, the attraction is there, and you just want to learn everything you can about this person. This is a month where you need to be doing that part, getting to know this other person, figuring out not just that emotionally you seem to connect. Are your goals aligned too? Do you want the same things out of life? Maybe less so with that person, that BFF energy, that best friend forever energy. That's just a straight up vibe. So, but you still want to spend this month getting to know them a little bit better, spending time with that kind of energy because it feels good. It's very supportive on both sides. and you just enjoy each other's company. For a business connection, what are their goals for the future of their business? Do they align with your goals for what you would like to get out of your business? How do they want to present it? Where, if you're selling something, do they want to have a storefront but you want to do it online? Or do you both want to do it online? If you want to do it online, where would you store stock? Or is it something you're even storing stock on? And I don't know that that's the right thing. Inventory, whatever. All those things you need to really talk through it and talk about your plans and your hopes for where you would want this to take it, to see if it really aligns before you make a commitment. That's also true with a romantic partner. What is it they expect out of a long-term relationship? What are their goals? Would they be open to marriage? Are they looking to find a marriage partner? Or are they just looking for a short-term thing? Are they already in a relationship? Are you? If you're already in a relationship, this may be something, a discussion you need to sit down and have with your partner to evaluate if you guys are on the same page or not. If this has a future, if this is something you still want to continue to nurture. So enjoy that feeling, that newness, that anticipatory energy, but ask the questions. Get to know them and let them get to know you also. Try not to be offended by their questions. Just answer them. If you're not comfortable answering their questions, then that might be a red flag for you, for this person, for this connection. But let yourself be open to feeling into it. How do you feel about how things are going? Check in with yourself periodically. But have fun too doing this, just getting to know another person. And then in month 7, we have the Wheel of Fortune, your second major arcana card. The Wheel of Fortune is indicating that change is here. This is a month where there is some significant change going on. Is this a month where you are, let's say, getting a promotion? So there's that change, which would be, it's the wheel moving forward, right? The wheel is always moving forward. It's a constant evolution. You can go with the flow, and with a promotion, that can be easy to do, right? Unless you're for some reason putting up roadblocks, because maybe you don't really want this promotion because you don't want to work with the people involved, or you don't want to the additional responsibilities, and this was not a promotion you asked for. Maybe talk to the people, but it feels like this is an inevitable thing. You need to go with the flow, let it roll, and then figure out how things are going to be working. That's your easiest way to deal with things this month, is to go with that flow. There's another aspect here. I'm trying to tap back into it. Okay, so this could have to do with your home life too, like where you live. If there's some changes going on around that, I don't know if you have roommates or something like that. Don't necessarily, again, okay, I see. We're still leveraging the 7 of Wands, right? Keep your nose clean. Focus on your energy and your things. That's what gets you through any changes that are happening here in month 7. Don't leap in to try and help somebody else through change. You need to manage your own resources, your own energy as this change is occurring. So it feels like it's something that may be impacting a group of people, and you're part of that group. Don't become the mother figure in this. Don't become the one who's doing all the supportive or volunteering for everything. Just go with the flow. Do what you want to do, what you feel comfortable doing, and don't let people guilt trip you into doing more than you want to do. Do your part, but maybe only do your part specifically, or you could volunteer to handle some things that you want to, that gain your interest, that you like to do. But don't take on somebody else's problem, is the key point here as you're going through this, because otherwise that's going to get you stuck up in the spokes of the tire, and it's just going to make things chunky and choppy and painful, and you're not going to like it. So Keep your focus on your energy, what you're getting excited about, what you like to do as this change is occurring, and that's going to help you not get run over by the wheel. Let's put it that way. You'll stay in front of it instead of going under it. However, it looks like that change in month 7 does bring some anxiety, some fears, because here in month 8, we have the 9 of Swords. Swords is an air element. This is going to be about our thoughts, our ideas, our beliefs, communication, things that have to do with words. The 9 of Swords can indicate nightmares. It can indicate anxiety, insomnia, just generally thinking that thing you're stuck, thinking that not necessarily stuck, but it's fears and old anxieties turning up to you're questioning if this is right for you, if you should keep going forward, where should you go now? It's analysis paralysis. So just recognize that this change may bring this on if you're not prepared, especially if you fought against it. You're going to have this month of just general anxiousness and nervousness maybe and worry about what may be coming or what might be impacted. Focus on the present moment. Don't focus on the future. Don't go back to what has already happened. You can't change what's already happened. Focus on where you are now each day. Take deep breaths. Remind yourself that this is temporary and it is very normal after a change to go through this. So you're not weird. You're not a freak. You're a normal human being who's gone through a little change here. And now your energetic body is adjusting to that. And while it's adjusting to that, our brain may go a little bit wonky. So drink your water, take care of yourself, make sure you're eating good, getting some exercise or doing some breathing exercises, doing something that helps calm you down and brings you into the present moment. And focus on what you're doing in each moment instead of worrying what might be coming down the road. And then you will gradually adjust to where you're at and things will go smoothly once again. But this is just a little normal angst that growth can bring, that change can bring in our lives. So don't freak yourself out. Oh, okay. And if you can do that, in month 9, we have the 8 of coins. Let me check again. Yes, that is the 8 of coins. Back into that earth energy, that practical energy, the career, finances, home life energy. But the 8 of coins in particular is somebody who is known for what they do. Somebody who has a very solid reputation. Somebody who's become the master of their craft. So this may be a month where you're being recognized for the work that you do. And maybe that was the purpose of this change, is to get things set up to put you in this position where it is recognized, where it is acknowledged, or there is acknowledgement that you are a leader in this area, that you are someone people can come to with questions on how to do things correctly, or you can teach people how you do things so that every other area will have that same improvement that you've had. So whatever it is you're doing really well. And you're gaining that recognition and a very good reputation for what it is you do. And this is the month where that is recognized, where that is seen, where you get that credit. This may even be anticipating some sort of little bonus or something like that. But for the most part, this is the recognition of your accomplishments, of your expertise here in month 9. Especially if you're able to maintain your composure in month 8, which is really professional. This is a work thing. Very solid. And then in month 10 here, we have the King of Swords. So in that Swords energy again, but this is, again, they've mastered their thoughts. They're an expert at what they do, right? It's that masculine king energy. Somebody who's very confident, very experienced. This could be somebody who's into planning in some way, or finances, facts, logic, communication, figures. Not the emotion. They're not very good in the emotional IQ area, okay? But they're really, really smart. They're really, really good at what they do, and they're a solid option if you need somebody to help you with some planning. maybe some financial planning for the future, whatever it is, they're going to tell you exactly where you're at. And they may be very blunt about it, but they need people that they're helping to understand what their true baseline is before they help them improve things. So that you may have to deal with that, but recognize that their intent is to help you. But you need a realistic understanding of what your starting point is before they move forward, before you start building from that. You may find out through this that you're not as bad off as you thought in whatever this is you're seeking advice on from them, and that things are going to progress much more quickly for you than maybe they will for others. So again, they can be helping you come up with finance planning or maybe even career planning of some type. This would be somebody who has that CEO kind of energy, maybe even a little bit nerdy computer type energy is what I'm getting here too. So maybe it's somebody who's helping teach you programming for something. But whatever it is, they do know what they're doing, and you can trust them, even if they don't really meet you at an emotional level at all. They're still very practical, very focused, and very driven. And they like to succeed. So that's in your favor too. And then we have the Three of Wands here in month 11. Now, the Three of Wands, so Wands, again, that fire energy. The Three of Wands for me is a sense of anticipation. You've put the plan in action, right? And maybe that's what this is about here too. This is maybe leaning into this. You've put the plan in action. Now you're waiting for results. You're waiting to see how things are going to turn out. You're waiting to see how successful it's going to be, if all your ships are coming in. So that's what this month is about, that sense of anticipation, knowing you've put the plan in motion. So maybe this has to do with investing in some way. And you made the initial investment based on the advice of this person in month 10. And maybe in month 11, you're just kind of watching things and you're seeing the numbers move up and down as they will with investments. But you're keeping an eye on it, and you're taking their advice when you add more and evaluating where you want to put things, if it makes sense to keep putting it all in the same bucket or not. But you're watching things grow. You're watching the movement. You're learning, and there's a sense, again, that anticipation is the biggest part. This has you excited. It really feeds into your second house energy. So this may, in fact, have to do with budgeting in some way too. Maybe it even has to do with paying down debt, and they recommended a way to do it. And now you can see the impact of whatever the initial parts you put in place here in month 10 have on your credit score or your savings or your bills here in month 11, and you like it. And you're anticipating that the continuous progress moving forward. So that's what I feel like month 11 is for you. And then like the two here is coming after the three, because now you're inspired. We have the Two of Wands here in month 12. And for me, the Two of Wands is planning, getting ready to, what is it you want to do? So you're setting up some sort of new goal. It needs to be something that is fun and exciting for you, something that maybe is even a little bit of a dream. Maybe it has to do with travel, but someplace you've always wanted to go visit. This is the month where you're doing that. Okay, well, how do we want to get there? Are there different touring options that we could tap into? What are those? What are the best companies? Looking at reviews, maybe even evaluating, well, maybe we'll do our own self-tour. What kind of hotels are there? What would we need to do for plane tickets if we need to fly there? How long are the flights? What do we need to plan for? Etc., etc., etc. There is a sense of excitement and, again, of some anticipation, yes, still. But this feels like it's a little bit further out, but you're planning for it now and getting ready for it, probably because maybe you have the savings for it, or you know you're going to be in a very solid financial place in order to accomplish this dream in a few months, or maybe even, it might even be 8 months down the road, so it may be a really big trip and a really big dream. And that's why you need to start putting pieces in place. Put your deposit down, whatever it is, once you settle on where it is you want to go and how you want to get there and who you want to go with. But it's fun because it's something you really want to do, and doing that research can be very exciting. I'm a little bit of a nerd when it comes to that. So I really enjoy that. All right. Capricorn Sun, Sagittarius Rising. That is what I have for you for your year ahead. Please hit that like button. Please share this with others. Please comment below to let me know if this resonated with you or not, and because the YouTube algorithm likes that. And please subscribe to help me grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.